Well, hello to all of my little ghosts and goblins, and welcome to this ghoulish edition of It's About You. I'm Kerri, Hudson, your host for today's show, and as you can tell from the clever set design of the WCTV crew, today we'll be talking about all of the different Halloween special events offered by the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. From pumpkin painting to a cupcake walk, costume contest to a balloon drop, to an over 20-year traditional haunted hayride, Williamson County Parks and Recreation offers a variety of spectacular events to help you and your family celebrate this most haunted holiday. Joining me for the first half of today's show is Whitney Osborne. She is a recreation specialist at the Fairview Recreation Complex, and she's here today to talk about their upcoming Halloween blowout. Whitney, thanks for being here today.
Always a pleasure.
Lovely to have you here today for our haunted special edition of It's About You. And we're going to be talking about a lot of great family-friendly special events centered around Halloween. And you guys have a wonderful event that you've been doing for several years at the Fairview Recreation Complex called Halloween Blowout. Tell us a little bit about the history of this event and what you guys will be doing with this event.
This is our 15th year of Halloween Blowout, so it is a long-standing tradition for Fairview. The gym setup for Halloween Blowout is we'll have several carnival games throughout the gym, and I've put a new spin on several of our games this year, so make it a little spookier and more Halloween.
Well, yeah, after a few years, you do like to change things up a little bit.
Gotta
Keep
mix
it
it
fresh
up
for people.
Of course. And then we also have costume contests, which will consist of a most original, scariest, and funniest costumes. And we'll do first, second, and third place prizes for 2 different age groups, for 2 to 6-year-olds and then 7 to 12-year-olds. And then a fan favorite is always our scariest scream contest, where the kids will be judged on their scariest, loudest scream.
I'm sure a favorite of all the kids.
Oh, yes. Yes, it definitely is. Who doesn't love to scream as loud as they can?
Their little hearts out.
They do. So that's always a blast. We also have a fortune teller that will be there, and then of course the highlight of the night is our balloon drop, where we have a net suspended from the gym ceiling that drops 2,000 balloons filled with candy and prizes, and the kids just go crazy popping all the balloons. It's a fun time.
And it really is a great family event. It's geared for children ages 2 to 12 and their parents. Children attending do need to attend with a parent or a guardian for this event. But it's really set up as kind of a very wholesome, kid-friendly event that you know that your child's going to have a good time at. It's really just, it celebrates the season, more than the holiday itself, has a lot of, like you said, fun games and costume competitions and things like that for the kids to interact in. And is a wonderful night for the whole family, just to kind of celebrate the season, but without having to go to like a haunted house or something like that. So it keeps it's for those younger kids. And we'll talk a little bit about some of the things that you mentioned that you're going to be incorporating into this event. The main highlight is really everything that's going on in the gymnasium for this program at the Fairview Rec Center. You guys do a lot of great carnival games, really simple games that kids can participate in and have a good time doing. Things that that they can go around and do over and over and over again, which makes it a lot of fun for everybody involved. And I think it'll be interesting this year to see kind of how you've changed some of those games up. Carnival games, there's usually always going to be a ping pong game and a pick a duck and a bing bang toss and things like that. But with a few little twists and turns here and there, keeps it fresh for a lot of people.
It does. And year after year, we have our families that come year after year, and so it's nice for them to switch it up so it's a new event for them.
That they have something else to do with it. And of course it is a Halloween event, so costumes are huge at this event, and you have some great costume contests that you do as well, again with all the different variety of costumes that are out there. And it's just another fun opportunity for kids to get a chance to wear that costume. I remember when I was little, I loved my Halloween costumes, and if I could wear them more than once, that was even better. So this event is actually going to be about a week and a half before Halloween. It's coming up on Saturday, October the 19th. So this could be like a good dry run for the parents.
Yes.
You know, if fitting that costume, if there's makeup or a special hairdo involved, this is your practice session.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a good practice session. And then, like you talked about earlier, the scariest scream competition. I know that all the kids really enjoy this part of the night.
Yes, they do. It really is probably one of the highlights of the night, besides the balloon drop. To just get up there and just scream as loud as you can and have a competition with your fellow friends. It's fun.
And I'm sure they have a great time trying to outdo each other.
Yes, they do. They do.
I don't know what kid wouldn't love just to scream all night. They're like, and I get to do it in here in this big gym.
Echoes.
Yeah,
it's great.
echoes, amplification, it's all there for them. The fortune teller is always a fun attraction too. But then, like you said, really kind of the highlight of the night is at the end of the evening when you guys do the balloon drop. And the balloon drop's one of those things that, kids don't really get to participate in things like that all the time, and these are really the only events that we do a balloon drop with, so it's kind of special. And the way it's set up with the net in the gymnasium, they fall down, and those kids are just showered in all of these balloons, and I have loved every year getting to see the pictures of them all like running around and chasing them all down and trying to pop them any which way they can.
Oh, it's humorous to watch them, all the different ways they'll try to pop a balloon.
Because the one time you want a balloon to pop, it never does. No. And so the lengths that these kids go to try to get and pop all of these balloons is really quite funny. And then again, like you said, the balloons are filled with candy and small gifts, sometimes coupons and things like that. But little things that they can enjoy for after the event. Great. Well, it sounds like you guys are going to have another wonderful time. I can't believe it's been 15 years for this event already. I know that community really has embraced it, and it's really becoming a tradition for the people in the Fairview community to celebrate the holiday by attending this special event.
Definitely.
And again, it is coming up on Saturday, October the 19th. It is from 6 to 8 p.m. Again, this is at the Fairview Recreation Complex. There is a small cost for the children attending this event, but it's only $5 per child, and parents are admitted for free. But again, parents are required to attend with their children. I know in years past you've also been able to purchase extra carnival tickets. Are we going to be doing that as well again this year too?
Yes, we will. For $2, you get additional carnival tickets to continue the fun throughout the night.
So with their general admission of $5, how many carnival tickets do they get?
They get 10.
They get 10. So for $2 extra, you can purchase 10 more, and the fun never has to stop until 8 o'clock when the night's over. Sounds great. Well, pre-registration is required for this event. It's on a first-come, first-served basis, and payment must be made by Wednesday, October the 16th. If you would like to register for Halloween Blowout, you can contact the Fairview Recreation Complex at 799-9331 and speak with a receptionist at extension 2310. Whitney, do you plan to wear a costume for this event?
I haven't decided yet. I might come as Flo from the insurance.
I think Progressive Auto Insurance.
Yes, Progressive
I think that would be a very good costume for you.
She was my costume last year, so.
And she might be your costume again this year.
Might have to reuse her.
It could be a repeat performance of Flo.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, in conjunction with this event, we also need to talk about your community sponsors.
Yes.
With all of our special events, we've been so fortunate over the past few years to have so many businesses within the communities where our recreation centers are located really step up and partner with us to put these events on and offer these unique opportunities to the public. And Halloween Blowout has been one of the events for years that local businesses have loved partnering with us to provide this unique kind of opportunity for the families in their communities. And you have several sponsors that have signed up to sponsor Halloween Blowout again this year. Tell us who your sponsors are for this event.
This year we have McDonald's, Sonic Drive-In, Tropical Expression Tanning Salon, Mapco Express, and Fifth Third Bank.
So, and we look forward to some of the ways that they will help with the event. And again, want to thank them for their tremendous community support and helping us put on these events and offer these kinds of opportunities to the public. They really help make them all possible. All right, well, one quick more question. Tell me, what is the one thing that you're looking forward to the most with this event this year?
Oh gosh, that's hard to pick my favorite. Probably just the carnival games. The new spin we've put on several of the games. I'm excited to see how the kids react to the change.
The change. Should be very interesting. Don't want to give anything away. You'll have to attend Halloween Blowout to find out what we're talking about. And again, remember, it's coming up October the 19th. You can call the Fairview Recreation Complex now to make a registration for the event, and we look forward to seeing you then. All right, Whitney, thank you so much. It's been lovely to have you on today.
As always.
Y'all stay tuned. When we come back, we'll be talking about more Halloween special events with the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
Welcome back to our spooky edition of It's About You. Today we're talking about our Halloween special events that are going to be offered by the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. Joining me for the second half of our show today is Laurie Kamunen. She's the Programming Administrator for Williamson County Parks and Recreation, and she's here to talk about our other 2 Halloween special events, Halloween Spook Fest at the Longview Recreation Center at Spring Hill, and our famous Haunted Trails at the Franklin Recreation Complex. Laurie, it's nice to have you in again.
Thank you. It's been a long time. It's nice to be back.
It has been a while. It's been too long, but I'm glad that you're here today to talk to us about these amazing special events. We had the opportunity to talk with Whitney about Halloween Blowout and everything that they have planned for their 15th event at that facility. I can't believe. I know. I can't believe it's been that long that we've been doing that event in Fairview. We also have another on its way to becoming a long-time standing tradition in the south end of Williamson County. We're going to be hosting our 6th annual Spook Fest at the Longview Recreation Center.
Yes,
also coming up on Saturday, October the 19th. Spook Fest is similar in some respects to Halloween Blowout, but it has a lot of its own unique little twists and turns to it as well.
It does.
Tell us a little bit about this event and what's going on in conjunction with it.
This is a great event for younger kids, and they get to trick or treat in the building. And the staff really jumps in and has a good time getting the building ready for this event. Amongst themselves, we decorate the doors for the kids to go trick-or-treating to, and it's a friendly competition amongst staff. I say friendly in jest. They are a competitive group, and they want the kids to pick their doors as the best scenes.
It is pretty serious business.
And they go all out. So, and this year's theme for the doors is Monsters, Inc. So the kids are going to have a good time going through the building and seeing Mike and Sully and different scenes and all the different one-eyed monsters and silly creatures that we find in that beloved Pixar movie. So it'll be a fun night for the kids to trick-or-treat through the building and have a good time with those characters.
Absolutely. And like you said, this is for the younger children and families. It's for children ages 12 and younger, again, along with a parent or a guardian. So it's really a great way to celebrate the season with younger children in your family.
Absolutely.
And then like you were saying,
including my own too.
That's right. Yes, I'm sure they love this event as well.
They do.
But there's a wonderful atmosphere at the Longview Recreation Center. They really do incorporate the whole building into this event, and it is after hours on a Saturday evening.
Correct.
So it's kind of the whole building's reserved for this special event, and the kids really do get in several different places throughout the building, doing the door-to-door trick-or-treating. There's pumpkin painting, there's a cupcake walk, a fortune teller, all different kinds of activities for the family to enjoy. And then at the end of the night, we have some contests and competitions in the gymnasium.
Yes.
Similar to like what they do with Halloween Blowout, we have some costume contests, a scariest scream contests, but Longview's is kind of taken up an extra notch because they do some serious costume competitions here, and they have multiple categories.
They
for all
do.
The
They have
ones.
a lot more categories, and what's nice about Longview is we have a lot of families that dress up. Mom and Dad dress up too. And it's nice to see several of them incorporate, like you'll have maybe Mom as Wonder Woman, Dad as Superman, two of the kids are Batman and Supergirl and things like that. And then we've seen Pirates of the Caribbean where Dad comes in as Jack Sparrow and Mom's a pirate winch, and then you got the little baby as a parrot, and then other little pirate tag-alongs also. So it's really cool that they all try to really incorporate it. It's not just something that Mom and Dad kind of bring the kids to and follow behind while they have fun. Mom and Dad gets into the theme of everything as well and has a great time themselves. So that's really fun also.
Now, just to go through this list, because this is a pretty impressive list of costume competitions, there is the most original,
Yes.
the scariest, the funniest, the most Halloweeny, the most colorful, and the cutest.
Yes.
I don't know what kid under the age of 3 you can put in a Halloween costume and they're just not cute.
But
I don't care what the costume is. They're cute.
They are, and especially when they're toddling around, and coming out to show off their costume. They're pretty excited, so they're doubly cute.
Absolutely. So lots of different things for families to participate in that night. And then this event wraps up just like the Fairview Halloween Blowout with another big balloon drop at the end of the night, where we drop about 2,000. Is it 2,000 balloons for this one too?
Yes, it's a lot of balloons, and like you and Whitney were talking about earlier, watching the kids run around trying to pop it. My favorite is looking at a 3-year-old just sitting on a balloon, bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. The thing will not pop. So, and finally Dad goes over and stomps on it to get the goodies out of it. But they have an enjoyable time, and these two events I just don't think would be as much fun without the balloon drops. They are definitely a highlight.
They really, and like I said, this is the one time a year that we do them. So
That's right.
It's not like you get to do this kind of stuff every day.
That's
very
right.
special.
It's special.
Well, like we said, this event is also going to be on Saturday, October the 19th. It starts at 6:30 p.m. and again, it is at the Longview Recreation Center at Spring Hill. Cost for this special event is also $5 per person. Again, parents are admitted for free, but are required to attend with children. Registration is also required for Spook Fest, and space is limited. Registration is underway now. You can register by visiting the Longview Recreation Center or calling and speaking to a receptionist at the front desk at 302-0971, extension 2210. And then payment is due 5 days after registration in order to secure your reservation for this event.
And this one fills up fast, so
you're
be
right,
calling.
it does.
So.
It is. It was really, after we opened the Longview Recreation Center in the spring of 2008, this was one of the first big special events that we did for the public in the south end of Williamson County, and they absolutely loved it. I mean, from the moment we did this event, the community has really latched onto it, and so I think a lot of people eagerly anticipate Spook Fest every year and register early for this event. So if you want your family to be a part of this special event as well, please be sure to visit the facility or call as soon as possible to make your reservations. And then we also need to recognize the wonderful community supporters and sponsors for this event as well.
Absolutely.
Spring Hill, like other areas in Williamson County, the local businesses in that community have really stepped up to help us put on these types of events for the people that live in these areas and have really helped make them what they are.
Yeah, we're so thankful for their participation. It'd be very difficult to do the quality events that we do without their help, so we're very appreciative that they look forward to the events as much as the public does, so we appreciate it.
And I think that they really do, because especially, and with this event in particular, I I think a lot of these sponsors are returning sponsors.
Yes, they are.
They've had experiences in the past. They've loved their experiences, and they're coming back again because it's such a great. There are great opportunities to meet and greet, but then they're just good things to be a part of. And I think you're right that they have a lot of fun with it as well. Our sponsors for Longview's Spook Fest include the Children's Academy, Elite Physical Therapy, Sport Clips, Party City, Gigi's Cupcakes, Sonic, Riverbend Nurseries, McDonald's of Spring Hill, and Kroger's. We'd love to thank you all for your support in this great community event, and we hope to see you at Longview Spook Fest October the 19th. Now, the other event that we want to talk about today is one of the longest running special events that the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department does every year, and that is Haunted Trails of Horror. I can't believe it. This event has been around for 21 years.
It is, and I have some amazing news. This is probably going to be our last Haunted Trails. We are looking at updating and wanting to do something new. Since it has been around a while, we're still going to hold on to some of our wonderful looking props and characters and costumes. We plan on using them in different ways and having another great family event that I don't want to give any information into now because we're still in the planning stages and have some great ideas and are really excited about it. But you know, if there's people that had maybe come to Haunted Trails when they were younger and now they're married and have kids and, and you're thinking, oh, I thought about going, this may be your last chance to be able to bring your kids out and say, I remember going on this when I was younger, which we have a lot of people do. It always amazes me when people get off the trailers and be like, man, I came to this when I was a kid and it's still so much fun. And so that's nice, but we want people to take advantage of it. So
Exactly. Well, even though it's been in Williamson County for so long and so many people probably have heard or know about Haunted Trails, tell us a little bit about the event for the people who maybe haven't attended before or who are new to the area.
Absolutely. The event, we load different tractors and trailers, so it's a hayride experience. It's not a walking type thing. You get to ride the hayride and you go through the trail behind the Recreation Center in Franklin. It goes along the Harpeth River path. Which provides us some really spooky opportunities to set some scenes. And you visit about 30 different scenes that you go through, and luckily all of our characters and our scenes are provided by Franklin High School Drama Club. And they've been avid participants for many, many years, and we couldn't do this event without them at all. But it ranges from not so scary, some comical Halloween characters that kids will recognize. We have things as tame as Scooby-Doo and the wonderful characters that go along with Scooby. We have the Ghostbusters out there and things like that. Then we have some kind of medium range, some of the old movie classics like Frankenstein and the Mummy and Dracula. And then we have some of the newer spook factor type of characters. This year they're doing a remake of the scary movie Kerri, not your Kerri, but this one we're going to do a highlight of this scene this year and kind of excited about some of the things we're going to do. I always feel bad for the girl who chooses to be the Kerri character because we use Strawberry Quick as our fake blood, and this poor girl gets drenched in Strawberry Quick. So if it's a warm evening, she's sticky and kind of attracts the bugs.
Yeah.
And if it's cold, she's sticky and freezing. So it's not exactly the best character, but we have luckily had a girl the last 2 years that loves doing it and does a great job at it, and really puts a good scream on the character. And so we're looking forward to highlighting that one this year. And then we have lots of others that people will recognize. One thing we like to try to tell people about the trail, it is a family event. I mean, we want to make it scary enough that some of the middle schoolers and high schoolers feel like it is a haunted experience, but we also don't want it to be too scary that children won't really enjoy it either. So it's kind of a mixture of things. People need to be aware there are a lot of flashing lights. There are a lot of things that jump out and surprise you. Nobody touches you. Nobody tries to, grab you off the trailer or anything like that. But there are definitely some spook tactics and things like that. But I always tell parents, you need to know your child's spook factor.
Right.
I have a 6-year-old, 7-year-old that's been on it a couple years and it doesn't faze her, and I have an 11-year-old that doesn't ever want to go on it. So you kind of just have to know, how your children are.
Right.
We've had some kids that aren't fazed by it. We've had some adults that scream their heads off. So it just kind of depends, and you need to know your own family before you come out.
Exactly, and this I would say is probably while our other two events are definitely very kid-oriented and family-friendly, and there's really nothing scary about them.
Right.
This is more of along the lines of a more traditional Halloween event, but it's still the middle of the road. It's not that haunted house that you're going to go to in Nashville where you're just terrified, but there are some suspenseful points to this.
Absolutely.
And it's like you said, we try to make it a good mix. We have a lot of very innocent, kind of scenes with Scooby-Doo and a few things like that are, there's been some Harry Potter scenes in the past that just kind of evoke the Wizard of Oz, but they just kind of evoke that era or, that time of year or something like that. And then there are a few things that are a little bit more scary and a little bit more scary.
Right.
Nothing's just horrific.
We really try to stay away from any type of violence. We don't want anything to be too gory. Like I said, Kerri's probably the goriest thing that you see, and she's just covered in strawberry syrup. But really, we really want it to be something that people enjoy going through, that they're not grossed out or terrified or anything like that. Yeah.
And there are several other things incorporated into this event as well. The Haunted Hayride is definitely the highlight of Haunted Trails, but we have a great DJ that provides a very fun atmosphere at the beginning of the trail, kind of in the front circle at the Franklin Rec Center. He plays music all night. He does a lot of great Halloween classics like
very
Thriller
entertaining.
and the Monster Mash. And he does a lot of games and stuff with the kids too. So there's another component to that. We have concessions that are going to be available for sale, so families can kind of come out, make a night out of it.
That's right.
Have dinner together, and have the opportunity to do something together as a family around this type of year. So there's glow-in-the-dark necklaces that are available for sale, and just lots of little different things going on with this event, which makes it a lot of fun and something I think people will really look forward to this year. And again, knowing that it might possibly be the last Haunted Trails, you definitely want to come out to have this experience with your family. Haunted Trails will be Wednesday, October 23rd and Thursday, October 24th, again at the Franklin Recreation Complex. Each event is from 6:30 to 9 p.m. each night. The cost for this program is $5 per person, with children ages 3 and younger admitted for free. Now, the $5 fee is only charged for the people actually riding the hayride.
Correct.
If you do not feel that you want to go on the hayride, but you maybe want to partake in some of the other activities associated with the event, those are free and open to the public.
That's right.
So,
the only other charge is for concessions.
Exactly. And a couple of special notes that we do want to let people know about for these events are parking. All of our parking is done at the Franklin Recreation Complex.
Correct.
A few years ago, we had the opportunity of doing overflow parking in a grass field, which is now the construction site for a new senior assisted living home.
Correct.
So all of our parking will take place in the parking lot at the Franklin Recreation Complex. We do put staff in the lot to help navigate some of that parking, but you do need to plan for parking, as well as maybe a small wait for the hayride.
Right.
We run 6 or 7 trailers, so we try to keep those moving through the course, but sometimes a little wait can develop. We only have 1 minute left, so in closing, I do want to highlight our great sponsors for this event as well. A lot of them also are repeat sponsors that we are so appreciative for their assistance, including Able Youth, Southern Athletic Fields, Murray Fence Company, R&D Supply, Madison Swimming Pools, the Children's Academy, Williamson Medical Supply, Carbine Associates, C&I Design, Reynolds Electrical, Co-op, Sonic, Signs First, the Print Authority, and Little Caesars Pizza. Thank you all for your help for this event. And in closing, real quick, Laurie, I just want to say it's been great having you back here today.
Thank you. It's been fun.
All right, y'all remember our Halloween events coming up October the 19th with Halloween Blowout at the Fairview Recreation Complex and Spook Fest at the Longview Recreation Center at Spring Hill, and then the Haunted Trails of Horror at the Franklin Recreation Complex on Wednesday, October 23rd and Thursday, October 24th. More information about all of these events is available on our website and through our monthly newsletter. You can visit our website at WC Parks and Rec for all of the details, plus some other great Halloween programs and classes that we have planned. You guys, thanks for joining us for our Ghoulish edition of It's About You. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, Williamson County, it's all about you.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash,
he did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the